You need to disappear from the world, only for temporary days or months at a time, combining ruthless focus that requires isolation for you to become the best version of yourself. A pattern I've come to notice with successful people I look up to is that they go into seasons of isolation. And those seasons of isolations that they go into, whether you want to call it monk mode or ghost mode, these seasons are necessary arcs in their lives that requires a lot of focus, attention, and energy towards one singular goal. And so I'm making this video as a sign to let you know that you probably need to go into a season of isolation or focusing solely on yourself. And that's because we tend to live day to day just doing arbitrary tasks and mundane things that doesn't align to what we want. Those of you who are watching this and want to change, which if you clicked on a video like this, chances are you do want to change, right? You probably want to get into the best shape of your life, get your finances up, start that business or thing that you've been procrastinating on. But the problem is you have all these finite distractions limiting your infinite potential. And so the common complaint that you're probably expecting me to say is that, oh, social media is a culprit. Oh, like it's purposely, meticulously made for you to like want to feel lonely and go back onto the app to see what your friends are doing and all this other stuff. They integrate this mindset of fear of missing out. Like that's shit you already know, right? But I'm not even gonna like delve deep into that because one, it's regurgitated and redundant. You've heard it many times, like, oh, social media is a problem. Social media. I'm kind of mixed on that, but the problem is you and your habits. You likely have undesirable habits where like you'll binge eat, watch Netflix, scroll through social media, like all these other things that are distractions keeping you away from your potential. And so if you're a person that's not satisfied with where you are in life and you know that you need to change and not want to change, let me emphasize that because some people get need and want conflated. You need to change, right? So the season of where you're gonna have to isolate yourself or disappear or go into like a monk mode period is a season where you have to go all the in. There's no other way around it. You gotta reinvent yourself. Because here's the thing, you guys watch TV shows, you guys watch shows or anime. Like I'm a huge anime fan, right? For some of you newcomers, I'm a nerd. So So for some of you guys that watch anime, you might be able to understand what I'm saying. So you ever notice like towards the end of the season, the character will go on like a mini training arc to prepare for some other arc that's coming up. This is where like the time skip would happen, the 2-year time skip, the 3-year time skip, the 5-year, like however many times the character needs to train and develop themselves to become a whole new person. If you look at Dragon Ball, Naruto, when he went to go train with Jiraiya for a certain period of time and it came back a brand new unrecognizable person. Now, yeah, you can make the argument it's a fictional story, but there's some valuable lessons you can learn from fictional stories that reflect reality, hence the reason why you watch those things in the first place, right? And so this is where you're gonna have to go on an arc of you honing yourself, basically reinventing yourself and becoming a whole new person. So usually when you do this, this will consist of you doing things like going to the gym, fixing your diet, finances, and mindset. And if you guys want to include spirituality in there, you can. Hippies. Or this could be for someone who wants to create a meaningful project that requires a lot of focus out of them. So this could be like starting a YouTube channel, starting a business, dropshipping, e-commerce, copywriting, whatever the fuck you want to do. This is where you hone in and go all the fuck in. But the problem is when you have all these finite distractions of social media posts bombarding your mind, and you have this friend that you probably don't like, but you're really just staying with them because you're scared of being alone, or you probably have friends that you're kind of surpassing, but they want to stay down here. And in some cases, they might try to pull you down as soon as you start to develop yourself or you start to want to change. And so if you really truly respect yourself, you got to go on this season of disappearance. And you got to use this potential to change your current reality and use this to obtain the dream life that you always wanted. Because I know I've been rambling on. This video is not structured at all. I don't even have like much retention editing in this one because I don't care to keep your attention span. If you don't care to like want to actually be serious about this, then you could just click off. But for those of you who continue watching, you're at the right spot. But one action step I'll give you, and it's this cliche advice, and that's to fix your mornings. Because how you start off your mornings is how you end off your days. Here's the thing, your mornings is a big indicator of how the rest of your day will play out, right? And this is not no morning routine video. I'm just gonna give you simple, quick tips that you can use. So if your first instinct is to grab your phone upon waking up, before even brushing your teeth and doing all of your basic tasks, you gotta stop that. It's a death trap that takes away focus from what you should be doing. So put your phone away, put it in your closet, and watch how much clarity and focus you have throughout the day. And I know this step is redundant because you've heard it from thousands of people, but they don't really go in depth about why you should do it. And it's because you are where you are because you keep letting these things, these undesirable things, zap your potential. And you already know that these things don't serve you because you've done it over and over again, and it's kept you in the spot that you're currently in. And for you to keep doing the same things over and over again and expecting some type of change to happen, not only is that delusional, delusional, but it's insanity. Definition of insanity is literally doing the same things over and over again and hoping for a different outcome. Stop it. And then the second thing I want to mention to you before you go on this disappearance arc is become aware of what you do not want in your life. The easiest way to identify what you don't want is to observe everybody around you and gain clarity on what you don't want in your life. So for example, you don't want a body you hate, you don't want a lifestyle you hate, you don't want a job you hate or work you hate, you don't want a spouse you hate, and you don't want a diet that's gonna make you hate yourself with all these processed seed oils and all this other stuff that gives you all types of like problem. And so now that you know what you don't want by observing society, because it's easy to tell that most people are unhappy and unfulfilled, do the opposite of what they're not willing to do. If you know what you don't want, do what's required to get what you want. So if you don't want a body that you hate, get a gym membership. Start exercising at least 3 times a week. Start eating whole foods if you want a healthier diet. There's literally a lot of information out there that you can look up and see what's the best nutritional plan for you and all that other stuff and experiment. Just learn, educate yourself. And not just that, you discover more about yourself than you ever did before. And once you do that, you developing yourself and honing your skills and becoming better than you were yesterday or months ago when you first started this journey of disappearance, that becomes your new source of dopamine rather than the cheap dopamines that you usually get from scrolling on social media, binging Netflix. Just these temporary finite distractions that don't really serve you become far less enjoyable than you actually making significant improvements in your life. But how can that happen? Through isolation yet again. And another thing I want to mention before I close out this video, because I know this resonates with you and you're likely going to take action after this because this is a sign. No influences should penetrate your focus. No outside influences should steer course of the direction of how you're going to transform yourself in your life. So this means during this time period, no friends, as far as like the ones that like do these cheap dopamine, instant gratification stuff that want to keep you down. If they're friends that want to improve with you, by all means, keep them around, right? As far as like those ones that are trying to like pull you down and keep them at the same level as you try to improve yourself, distance yourself from them. Don't let anybody penetrate your focus. This is all about you becoming a brand new version of yourself. This video is not structured. I just wanted to talk to you and tell you to like, actually go on this season and this arc of your life. This is something you're not going to regret. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. If you guys found value from this, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, dream big, and take action. I'm gonna see you guys. Peace.